Getting another team's flag earns you 1 point, and losing your flag will make you lose 2 points. The second a flag has been taken off the pole, it will be reflected in our school system. This is to avoid others from cheating. Now please, form your teams of 5. You have 10 minutes to do so. There were multiple reasons why Silver had suggested this game. One of them being she wanted the descendants, who would possibly be future family leaders, to get used to protecting those on their side. Rather than getting other people's flags, it was more important for them to protect their own. Another reason was to develop teamwork. The descendants probably never cared for the other vampires' abilities or strengths, and now they would need to work together if they didn't want to lose. For the descendants, I will be reporting your results to your family, so don't disappoint, Silver said, giving them the last bit of encouragement. Erin quickly came together with people she knew to form a group: Timmy, Xander, and Amy. The 4 of them believed that given Xander's power, finding a 5th person wouldn't have been all that difficult. However, they weren't expecting that the 5th person would have to be a descendant. Xander had approached a few, but they all declined, the main reason being they knew that their group would be a target of a certain someone. I'm sorry, Erin said. I didn't know my actions before would put us in this predicament. Don't worry about it, Amy chuckled. If we don't find anyone, they'll just give us someone. I hope we just don't get Niku. At that moment, a small-looking vampire approached them. Hey, you guys are from the 10th family, right? The boy asked. If so, is it okay if I join your team? The name's Rokeen. After everything Quinn did to help him in the past, and what Quinn had shown him, how actions speak louder than words, he decided he wanted to help those in his family. He couldn't get a transfer due to him being a direct descendant. If he could, he would have, but this was the least he could do. The loser of this descendant's joining the loser family, as expected, Niku said. This little game was going to be a great way for him to hurt some people without having to suffer the consequences of it. Xander was looking at the little vampire that had approached him, and he was wondering who he was. Most of the descendants were quite well known, especially since there were so few of them, but he had never seen this one before. What? Rokeen snapped back. Are you not happy with me or something? Without realizing it, Xander was giving Rokeen a strange look, and Amy quickly pushed him off to the side. No, of course we're happy, said Amy. As you know, we're just a little cautious. After the scene yesterday, we're just a little worried that they might have sent someone to disrupt our plans. You understand, right? Amy said this as she walked up to Rokeen and placed her finger on his chin before running it down his chest. Is she trying to charm him? Xander thought. However, when she reached the midsection of his chest, Rokeen grabbed her hand. If I was to allow a subclass to charm me, I wouldn't really be allowed to call myself a descendant, now would I? You guys don't have to be cautious of me. I'm from the 5th family. I'm only second from the bottom of the barrel, just above you. The 5th family, due to their weak ability, was mocked by the other families as well. If it weren't for the fact that their leader was kind-hearted, then there wouldn't be many who chose to be loyal to them either. Sorry about that. Come on, let's go, Xander said. I don't need your pity, Rokeen said, as he saw the brief look Xander gave him. I am my own person, and just like Quinn did, I'm going to do what I want. After punching him on the shoulder, Erin smiled at him. And let's show the other teams who's boss. They were led into the forest after all the groups had gathered. Many of the vampire children explored this forest, but they found no dangerous creatures there. Occasionally, 1 or 2 might show up, but that was it. However, because this was the location of their previous lessons, the descendants were very familiar with this area. It seemed like the descendants would be relied upon more in this game than they first thought. The groups were given an additional 10 minutes to split up all over the forest. Then, just outside the forest, a computer system was set up, which had information with a tag on all the flags, keeping track of points. The teachers had spread out in the forests themselves, dividing themselves into 2 groups. One group stood around the outside perimeter. It was the area the students weren't allowed to go past, while the other teachers were asked to look over the students in case anything serious happened. It was explained to them that this wasn't a battle, although they could use their abilities. It wasn't a sparring match or a fight. It was just a game to try to capture the flags. Silver would be looking over the students, making sure they complied with this rule. A flare was shot up into the sky, signaling the game had begun. What do we do? Should we attack or defend? Amy asked. Why don't you fly up and check around to see if anyone is coming our way? Sam said. No, that will only make us a target, Garrett replied. And it looks like we won't need to do any scouting of our own.
Fucking made it.
Keen. He had summoned a black rabbit with a horn sticking out of its head. It hopped onto Rakim's shoulder and started to run off. Soon it came back. There's a team not too far from here. He will lead the way, Rakim said.